Good morning. Getting back on chairs. It's frosty out, not frosty. It's 38 this morning, so it's a good morning to be inside. And there's a sign on the refrigerator here. I'm gonna learn to move a little slower. I'm learning as I go, right? Watching my own videos. So here we got those legs. We talked about that. And here's a seat that's cut out. Very, very lovely. A lot of character. Each one different. And so just a quick note on how I work. Clamps are awesome. I got, a whole array of pipe clamps and all these. And when it comes to jigsawing, all these little details, and especially this back corner, it's a pretty fine radius or a tight radius. So I like to clamp stuff down so I can use the tool with both hands. And just a quick review, I bought some jigsaw blades from Harbor Freight, and I give them a thumbs down. They're sharp, but they jump around. They don't have the set, which would be the side to side. And as I make the radius, they get hot. So I broke out a brand new Bosch blade, put it in. Oh my gosh, it's like night and day. So Bosch is worth, and Diablo, I've bought them, and they function pretty well also. So I made a trip down to Muskegon because all my cutters were dull for making the mortise in the bottom of the chairs. And then I had to retool. I spent all afternoon the last day that I was working, well, the first day, right? So I had to remake all the jigs because I was getting on the last set of chairs, I kept getting this pattern of one leg that was just way out, and it was just a pain to correct it. So I'm going to do an action cam, since people have said they like that, and then we're going to drill some holes, and then I'll show you the details. So I'm gonna go black while I put this on. And all I can do is trust that I'm in the line of sight. So I had to make a right and a left because it's their mirror image, and I couldn't flip it, and that's probably why I was having trouble with the original jig, is that it wasn't reversible. So I've bored a hole to give me my angle. So I want this leg, as you can see, it's tipping out and tipping forward. So here we go. We'll see how a new cutter is going to work. Oh, and we're out of battery. Cutting better. Yeah, we're going out of battery. But you get the idea. Here, we'll move to the back because we got a power drill. So these are 1.5 inches. I've got jigs that I make. So there's from the back is the reference point. I make a tick mark. Draw a square that locates those a certain distance. I made those two jigs the same now. And then this one gets lined up at a tick mark. I've got this, and here's the front of the block. So you see the line, the front of the block there. You can see my pinpoint. And then this one's kind of nice because I got the nose of the drill is a pretty good reference for this, so it's a good guide. And then you got to clear the chips. So there you go, there's a start. I take the jig off, and then I finish this, get a little more depth. Same thing here. But what I'm after is a 6 degree, oh, that's not the 6, that's the 9. So the back leg, I'm leaning out to the back, because that's where all the weight is, right? When you sit in a chair and you lean back on the seat or on the backrest, it's like all this is happening out here. So I've got a 9 degree on this angle, and I like having a little bit of slop in this back leg because of assembly and everything. You can see there's a little bit of movement. And then I want 6 degrees between them. So it's the 6 here, and the front leg, that's the 9. Get rid of that. Is a 6. So the jig, and see this is pretty solid. There's not much movement in it, but there's my 6, and there's my 6. I'm very happy with how that's laying out. So now I'll mark. I have a height, a nice little handy stick. We do this side to side, front, back. I make all the marks, and then I come in with a 3/4, which I got a new bit for that too, and bore holes, and then get some measurements, create those front pieces, and then that's how this whole bottom, I build the base first. Once everything is tied together, I'll measure up and I'll cut the legs off, and then I've got a base. It's not glued and screwed at that point, but it's all tight. So that's where we are today. Got some new blades, bandsaw blades. This one's getting dull. I feel it. I bought a finer tooth, so I should be able to get by with less sanding. So there you go. I'll work here a little bit this morning till it warms up, and then I gotta, I've been making some progress on the barn, and I'll highlight that, and that's gonna be my day. Okay. Bye-bye.